Daniel Dubois. I mean, I know Daniel from the GB days. Very, very good. He had the best jab in the gym, I always said, at GB. He's going great guns, isn't he? 9-0 at the moment, knocking people out left, right and centre. Probably needs to settle down a little bit now in terms of getting rounds under his belt. He had a good contest last time out, 10 rounds against Kevin Johnson. I thought that was great for his education. What are his strengths? I've talked about the jab, straight right hand.
For me,
he's doing well, isn't he?
I think his strength is he's boxing by numbers.
Yeah.
So he's upright, hands high, always keeps his shape, and works everything behind the jab like you should do, like people teach you from a young age. He does the basics very, very well. And for a heavyweight, that's, you need that more than any other weight to go through a strong left hand, a good right, a strong left hand, a good right cross, and a nice left hook. And he has all those in the bag, and that's good. And the weighty shots, he puts a lot of weight. He steps in behind that left hand, that left jab, so he puts you under pressure straight away. And the Kevin Johnson fight, where he surely was frustrated, and he showed that at times. But I think his temperament was pretty good. He never lost his focus. Kept going about his work. Okay, it was a little bit sameish at times. You know, didn't alter the pattern when he could have, maybe, or should have at certain stages of the fight. But Johnson's a tricky customer. Knows how to tie you up. Knows how to take the sting out of your shot, out your shots. And I think that's a learning fight, and a really good learning fight for Dubois. So I think for him is to just go about what you're doing and just keep working on that jab. And the only thing I would say about Daniel is, for all the good stuff that he has, and the size and the weight in the shots, is he lacks a little bit of snap. Now, I'm not saying he can't punch, but a little bit of velocity on the shot. I think that just changing the weight and the speed of the shot, especially at his weight, will make a massive impact.
It's a fair point. What I also used to try and coach him at GB, occasionally Daniel's very upright here, throwing great shots straight. When he breaks away from his opponent, sometimes he just needs to relax a little bit. Maybe the snap will come in a little bit more relaxation, just to shake the hands off a little bit, get the hands back up here, then throw the jab from the straight right hand, a bit of snap in the shot. I think relaxation, helps with the flexibility, helps with that mobility, and obviously the snap in the punch.
Well, it's a funny bit of relaxation, because you want to be relaxed, but you've got to be obviously switched on, because if you're relaxed too close to the target, you get knocked out, of course. But for me, I think it's about rotation from the hips, using that core. I think that will help Daniel get more fluency in his work, where he's, he's big upper body, got massive shoulders and big traps at the back, so he's punching right through the target, and correctly so. But I think he just needs to just throw that right hip forward a little bit more of this movement here, just to get a bit more fluency in his work, so then he's not so heavy-handed and not so all arms punches, so, as you like. He's more using the whole body, pushing off the back leg, and then with that, because you're pushing off the back leg and turning from the waist, you get a little bit more snap on the shot, rather than boom. Every shot with Daniel is boom, 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 which is horrible. And he wears and he beats fighters up. But a little bit more, like you said, a little bit more, just a little bit bounce in your step, a little bit more rotation in the hips will rather give him a boom, boom, boom. Every now and again, we'll give him a
whipping. Okay.
And I think that, with his size and his accuracy, will just put people to sleep.
And briefly about his opponent, Razvan Cojanu. We've seen him box against Nathan Gorman recently. Took Nathan 12 rounds. He's fought for a world title against Joseph Parker. Tough kid. What are his chances against Daniel?
Well, he has a good chance, because I think he's catching Daniel. Better catch him now than catch him in 18 months' time or a year's time, for sure. He's a young kid, and he'll probably fancy that he's a more experienced fighter who's better than what he looks sometimes. You've seen in a Nathan Gorman fight, every now and again, he decided to show a bit, with that jab and sort of put his punches together, and he can do it very, very well. He's shown he's boxed at a decent level in the past, and he's a big lump, and he has a decent jab. But I think he'll struggle with, the solid left hand of Dubois.
Yeah, he's got to deal with that, hasn't he? He's got to block it, inside parry, outside parry. He's got to show that. Maybe a little bit more movement from Cojanu, because he's very sort of upright. He's a big lump, he's 6'7", I think.
But he knows how to ride the shot, and not quite like Kevin Johnson, where he's all negative and riding a shot and looking to sit on the ropes. But he'll take the sting out of some of those shots. So I think for Daniel to maybe a little variety, just not the feint to the head and punch to that chest. Just stop the movement.
Do you think Cojanu's got a head movement, got to avoid that jab and maybe get inside?
Well, he's got to frustrate, I think, Dubois, and certainly if you can take that jab away. Like with any fighter, if you can take their best weapons away, then they panic. They worry. Then they're starting to swing shots from too far out, and you can read their game a bit more. All the great fighters, Nazim Hamid, all those people, Harold Graham's, they would forget how good they were. They would take away your good stuff first and then go to work. And I think if he can do that with Dubois, lots of feints and parry the jab, and then make Daniel think this jab's not working, make him think before he throws. That's another half a second, millisecond even. And that's enough time for you to do some stuff. And if that jab's a little bit slower than it should be, then he's exposed with the right hand over the top.
I do think it's the right fight for Daniel at the right time in his career.
Of course it is, yeah. And more importantly for us, it's a fight that he can compare with the Nathan Gorman fight. And
that's what we want.
We're building up two young heavyweights here who have all the potential in the world, and we want them to fight. Yeah. But you don't want it too early, so you match them up against the same opponent and see where they go from there. Yeah. But to be honest, I think if Daniel's is as good as we think he's going to be, and as good as he is right now, and goes about his business as he has, then I think he gets this done, and he gets it done, you know, within 5-6 rounds. There's a prediction for you. Didn't ask for one, but I give it to you anyway.
Thank you.